I'm going to kick lo-fi off. All right. Welcome, everybody, to our weekly product engineering kickoff. Do you see my screen share, by the way? I might be having a problem with it.
If you're
Not
screen
yet.
sharing, yeah, no.
I don't see that you've joined the Zoom yet. Are you in a different Zoom, perhaps? That link you posted is right.
I posted a Zoom link down below. Yep.
That link
Just
is
because
right.
I've got all the permissions set up for that.
That link is not right. I just looked at the last two digits. Okay, if you join my Zoom link, leave it. Let's all join Josh's Zoom link. That's funny. The last two digits were coincidentally the same, so I figured they were the same link. Always good to check more than two digits.
Yeah, you're right. That's sinister. 09.
All right, we can see it now.
All right. And you see the engineering product weekly kickoff flash screen there?
No, actually, sorry. We just see your Discord and your desktop.
Please, what's happening here?
Struggle Street, Josh.
Not a GM.
Not a GM. BM.
JK.
Okay, this is gonna do it though. I know it. I tried to have it all ready to go there. Now you can see it, right?
Yep.
All right. I tried to have it all set up so as soon as people joined, that's what they saw. But I know what I did wrong there. Okay, cool. All right, GM everybody. Our engineering product weekly kickoff. It's a big week for us. And as usual, I want to start with appreciations. And I've got a few to start with. One is to Never Was and Ron, new members of the operations team who have really jumped in and been very willing and able and capable to test and report issues and just be there when we need the support. Super appreciate that, guys. It's really nice.
I have an appreciation.
Yeah.
I just want to appreciate all the engineers working so hard to try to hit this deadline for this bounty. You guys are crushing it. And yeah, just wanted to say that we appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks, Piggy.
Yeah. I was going to go in the same direction, appreciating everyone that's been putting the extra effort in to hit the bounty. And I have a special and recent one in mind. DeFi did some work over the weekend on charts, which we knew were going to be challenging, especially the bigger time frames. And it looks like we've got pretty decent set of charts, balance fiat charts. Thank you.
Doing what I can, man. Needed some charts, so I built some charts. I want to appreciate Kevin. There's a lot of engineering work gets a lot of credit for stuff that looks nice. I made this joke with someone previously. If you import React confetti into a project, you get a promotion immediately. Whereas if you do killer backend work, you don't often get the credit. Kevin's kind of like the one-man band holding up Unchained at the moment with some help from Adam. So big appreciation to him. Without that back end, the front end doesn't do anything. So appreciate Kevin.
Here, +1.
Thanks, buddy.
Kevin, are you speaking? It kind of looks like you are, but I don't hear you.
You hear it now?
Yes.
Zoom always takes over my mic, but yeah, I wanted to just say thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Thanks for the appreciation and for all the work from both DeFi and Kevin and everybody. I also had an appreciation of DeFi also, that in general, DeFi, I love that you will tell me the things that you think that I need to hear, even if you think I won't want to hear them. You're very reliable in that way, and it's awesome.
Thanks, man. This
unless I say it.
Any other appreciations? Okay. All right, here's our slide for this week. And DeFi, take it, kick us off, please.
Alrighty, I've kind of left the same agenda, but I'm going to give the updates for where the Web V2 bounty stuff is at. So, not tooting my own horn here, but dashboard is coming along. We now have charts for that. The WebSocket stuff, we've identified what some of the flakiness is, and we've got fixes for that. We've had PRs come in from community member Julian. I think it's late for him. He's in Europe, but consistently adding little polished stuff for us. Plus, Beard put in a really nice PR at an ungodly hour on Friday night that it went in this morning. So just general kind of UI polish, really making things come together. The Bitcoin support, Elmont's continuing to work on a variety of little long tail issues there, but consistently putting in PRs there. The wallet support, including MetaMask. So Pascos is still continuing to debug, like ETH is not showing up there through MetaMask. I've also got Portis, which is now in testing as well. Some general kind of like wallet management stuff on the front end. It's coming together. The 0x swapping stuff. So Ryan has merged to SendMax, and now we're kind of testing with that, just general UI polish and bugs. And then the big one is the Yen Finance integration. So sadly, it was the last day for TechnoJack on Friday. He's moved on to another place, but Theobald is taking the reins on that. Pretty much all of the feature work is, well, not pretty much, all of the feature work is done. That is now merged and ready for testing. Just be aware, if you are testing, that is live in prod. You are working with the vaults. This is not testnet. It's real money. So, just be careful. Ape into it if you want, but be careful. But yeah, so we're basically leaning on ops a lot as well this week. So like Josh mentioned in the appreciations to Netawaz and Ron, joining the ops team is great. Those guys are getting up to speed and are going to help out the engineers both with identifying bugs and with bugs coming through from support as well. So yeah, just a reminder to all the engineers, work closely and lean on ops like we used to with Axiom. They're there to help us and save us time. And yeah, so that's pretty much it from where we're at for the bounty. Hand it over to Kevin, I guess.
Yeah, so addressed a little bit, but on the back end side, focus this week is just kind of the WebSocket durability and flakiness, making sure that's rock solid. We're getting our transaction history every time. Wallet switching, we're updating accordingly and getting all of the newly pending and confirmed transactions. The Bitcoin piece of it in handling the multiple accounts was added at the end of last week. So yeah, that works as it stands right now. So yeah, just focusing on those extra polishes on the WebSocket connection handling. And yeah, helping out how I can elsewhere. That's all I got there. Will?
Yeah, I mean, these are going to be more, copy pasta from my end, basically, until the end of December, trying to make the environment as cheap as possible and trying to support the DAO in, empowering the work streams and individual actors in the work streams to act and do their jobs without depending on any of the legacy ShapeShift infrastructure or resources or assets thereof. And Middle Name is also working on Loki logging and Grafana metric visualization. We should have something to demo here soon.
Thanks, Will. And I think that Mr. Nerdhair is not here. I know from updates this morning, one of his focuses is that secret storage for Web V2. He did a lot to help launch Ichi last week, and I'm not sure about the other two. So I think we can just go, unless someone else has anything to add to that, we can go straight to Adam.
Cool. Thanks, Josh. So things are coming together really well for Alpha. I'm stoked about that. I just wanted to mention real briefly, leadership, we chatted a little last week, and sort of the hurried pace we've been at going for the bounty here has brought to light some gaps in our sort of design time documentation and process that we're going to be taking a look at to implement post bounty. So I just wanted to put a first little bug in your ear out about that. The only other thing I've got is there will be no demos this Wednesday, as we're sort of all hands on deck to get Alpha up and live.
Cool. Thank you. So same thing for me. Big focus is the soft launch on Thursday. I did, the other thing I did do is this morning, for all the engineering workstream contributors, I did process payroll. So you should, if you log into your Colony accounts, or look at your MetaMask wallet on the XDAI network, you should see your Fox Pay there. If there's any questions about that, let me know. I think we're all good. And so on the soft launch for Thursday, one of the things we talked about in the stand-up is I said 1 o'clock, but I didn't realize I have a call from 12:30 to 1:30. So starting at 1:30, I'm going to start, and if anyone wants to start self-organizing this before then, that's great, that's fine. But starting at 1:30, I'm going to be trying to create these feature-based work groups. So that's like getting the engineers, if there's anyone from product, someone from ops who's been testing, to get together on each of the different, so that'd be like a Yearn work group, a 0x work group, a wallet work group, and there may be some cross work there as well. But the idea is to stay narrowly focused rather than having a big meeting with all engineering to talk about all the things. Stay narrowly focused. And so starting at 1:30, if people could just be in public, some of the all access channels, or somewhere where you're visible in Discord. So me or Adam's also going to join and help coordinate these as well, just so we can find you and make sure we all get the right people together. Let's just be really publicly available this afternoon so that we can jump around and help each other where needed. And then we did a little follow up too. Adam talked about, we identified some gaps. So we realized that not only do we need to do some cleanup on the code base, but I think what Adam was referring to also is the gap in our process. So we'll be talking about our feature development process and how we can make sure that everyone's aligned on the design patterns being followed and the architecture decisions we're making, so that we don't go in too many different directions as different teams start working on different features, which will be super important, right? Because we're going to be, this is an open source code base, and we're going to be getting outside contributors. So we need to be able to follow our process so that we can then help others follow it too from outside the work stream.
Josh, let's have a quick chat after about potentially serializing things more with larger teams than parallelizing lots of small teams. We get like things into ops and users' hands quicker, rather than like what we've done with the bounty, which is 5 things all kind of finishing at the same time.
Yeah, great point. And we will be doing a retro for this that we're going to cover basically from open source inception to open source go live. We're going to do it somewhere that's publicly available also, since we're in an open source repo. But hopefully all kinds of things like this will come up in the retro, and we'll figure out how to move forward from there. All right. As always, we're doing our best to promote and attract people to the realm of self-sovereignty. And with that, pass it to Bethany.
Thank you, Josh. GM, everybody. The osmosis stuff for the mobile app, they've been making really good progress on that from a development perspective. I don't want to speak to timelines because I think Danielle can do that, but I think that we're trying to get some stuff pushed live in the coming weeks for the osmosis integration on mobile and also in web. The one last piece for the osmosis is the bonding, which is bonding your LP tokens. We're finishing the designs for that this week. And then working on the staking for Cosmos for both mobile and web. And then we've just, from a product perspective, just been having some conversations around the future of the mobile application and some UX updates for that. Our biggest push, as everybody knows, is Web V2 and Yearn testing this week for the deadline on Thursday. And then we've started working on the spec for on Juno, and we're moving into the UX for that. Some questions came up about that integration that we need to sync up with engineering on, but because they're all really busy with some other stuff this week, we'll probably have that meeting with them next week. Again, yeah, staking Cosmos, and then displaying DeFi positions across multiple protocols. We're going to start working on the spec for that this week. And then on the .com website, the buy sell crypto page that Hoff is working on, hopefully we'll get finished this week. And we're also going to be working on an asset list page for .com to show all the assets supported across the ShapeShift ecosystem. And then just, again, priorities this week, Yearn and Web V2. And then I mentioned this last week, but we do have a proposal up for this alpha version to include analytics. That's on the forum. So far, the feedback's been pretty good. Just still waiting to hear back from Mr. Nerdhair on a thumbs up to integrate Pendo, because he's been doing the deep dive into their code. And then we've been talking to a lot of PM candidates on the product side. We had 2 really strong ones that kind of made it through. Hopefully we'll be bringing on one of those candidates full time. I will have more information on that probably later today. And then one of those candidates also on a bounty basis. So we're super excited, and hopefully we'll be introducing you guys to some new members of the product workstream soon. And that's it. Thank you. I think Fox McLeod, are you going to go next?
If I can find the Discord tab, then yeah. Cool. You pretty much covered everything. I don't want to repeat myself or repeat ourselves. So the only other thing to add would be bug reporting for this V2 soft launch. I've mentioned in a couple of other meetings, but that's being worked on. But yeah, that's that, and testing is pretty much our only priorities right now, our biggest priorities right now. Thank you.
All right. Any other announcements or questions that anybody has?
I think Willie wanted to speak to a couple things.
I don't think I did. I think you guys covered it. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you, Diggy.
Okay.
If I did, I'm totally spacing. Thanks.
Cool. Anybody else have anything? You can raise your hand and I can jump you up on stage, or is there anything in the stage chat?
I did want to mention Gray Machine had a proposal on the forum to create a creative services division of the product workstream. It's a super cool proposal. I'm sure you guys have all seen and witnessed his talent, but I encourage you to take a look at that and vote or make a comment. And there he is. I think he just joined the audience. But yeah, we've had some conversations with him, and we're super excited about this idea of expanding the product workstream to include a creative services team, or I guess maybe a squad within the product workstream. Gray, did you want to jump on stage and say anything about that, or we can probably save that for Thursday's governance call?
Yeah. Sounds good. We can save that for Thursday, but it does sound pretty awesome. I love some of those graphics and jiffies coming out of there. All right, everybody. I think we're good then. I hope everyone has an awesome week. We'll see you around.
GM.
Thank you.
GM.
GM.